What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Zen, and we are back at it again, man. And we have been fed so much information from Monster Hunter Wilds, dude. In case you guys didn't know, Capcom handpicked a few creators back in Summerfest to see exclusive gameplay. We're talking gameplay for Monster Hunter Wilds, man. And so they came back and kind of shared a lot of their details of what they've seen. Also, Rurikon did a interview with a few of the Monster Hunter representatives as well to confirm some information that we didn't see. So just a quick overview of some of those important details, as well as kind of my 2 cents of what I think about the game coming up, what I think about multiplayer, and lastly, and most importantly, what I think about speedrunning and how it's going to be for Monster Hunter Wilds, man. So without further ado, if you guys like this content, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to your boy. I also stream on Twitch, so subscribe to me there as well, man. We're gunning for 1,000 subscribers, so all the support is greatly appreciated. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and as always, stay zen. All right, guys, let's go ahead and just dive into it, man. This is just a quick overview, do some things I'm so excited about. So, number one, the game UI is supposed to be a little bit different. They said the graphics of it is supposed to be a whole lot better. I think they're supposed to make like little heartbeat plus signs, just to kind of make it a little bit more immersive. So I'm super excited over that, just because they're also making the map 3D. So now whenever we go into maps, you know how everyone still to this day gets lost in the ancient forest. Now we have like a 3D map to kind of help us understand where we're going and how we're going. So I'm really hoping that comes out real smooth, man, because I'm not gonna lie, to this day I still get lost in the ancient forest. And they talk about making the maps, which brings me to my next point. The maps will be twice as big as world. Like, we're talking like square foot for square foot, it's going to be twice as big, if not bigger, from world, which is kind of crazy. And there'll be no loading screens at all. So when we go in, we're going straight into the quest. There won't be any loading screens, no quest boards, no join quests, I guess like hunting boards that we had at the beginning of like Monster Hunter World, which is kind of crazy, bro, because it kind of makes me a little bit nervous about speedrunning with that. But at the same time, I think for like multiplayer, it's just going to be really exciting and kind of like be able just to jump into a hunt. So basically they're saying that you'll be able to shoot like a SOS flare. You'll go in, you'll enter the person's world, and you guys will be able to go from there. So on the map, I guess like the hub or the city that we will be in, it'll be like a big major city, and it'll be at the central location of the map. And then from there, we'll be able to move across, I guess like the entire Monster Hunter map as freely as we want to be, dude. So like, I'm like mad excited over that, but also I'm a little nervous because I'm like, bro, how's that gonna translate to speed running? I don't know, you know what I mean? But just from just to enjoy the game, yeah, I think that's kind of fire. One of the things also with that as well, alongside the maps, they said that the weather obviously is going to play like a big part of the game, you know what I mean? So, but because it's going to play such a big part of the game, they also have confirmed, because a lot of people's like, bro, are we just going to be in a desert and then a sandstorm and that's it? It's no, they also said there's going to be different locales. They've confirmed that, I think back in Rurocon's interview with the directors, that they did confirm that there will be different locales with different weather types, so we won't just be stuck in the desert, which is I'm really excited about that. I'm so glad, because I was kind of wondering that as a sidebar, because I was like, I'm not really sure, but you know, hey, it's looking good, bro. So super excited about that. Next on my list, so apparently with the weather being a big factor, the time frame difference between day and night is actually going to determine what monsters come out and what monsters don't, which I thought was a phenomenal like addition. Because like being able like to hunt like a Nargacuga, and if you see like his eyes like go back and forth, but he only comes out at night, or we only have certain monsters that come out at night, it just makes it so much more immersive and dynamic, bro, to go in and like that's like how the ecosystem is running, you know, it kind of gives you an attachment to the ecosystem. So I'm like so excited that they added that, bro. They're bringing back so many fine details that just makes this so amazing. Also for the next thing, alongside with the environment, there will be traps that you can activate with bugs. So some of the bugs that are around, it'll kind of act like how they were with Rise, I guess like the the toads or whatever, where you would kick the toad and it'll like be a blast toad or a paralytic toad. So apparently they're saying that it's going to operate similar to that, but it's going to be bugs that we can operate that will give traps. But Uno reverse, consequently, monsters now can do traps as well, and they can trap either hunters or monsters. I'm so excited. This kind of hints to me that we may get Celtics Queen this go around. I don't know. That's not been confirmed, but bro, like just to think about like having like a bug monster set like a web trap for you, like right when you go in. Oh my god, dude! I'm super pumped over that. So anyway, going to the next thing. Also, Clutch Claw is gone. There's no more Clutch Claw. Tenderizing, I guess, in how it was. That's going to be replaced with the wound system. I know they kind of touched on that just a little bit, but for those that don't know, it won't be in Ryokan's interview. They said that it won't be a intentional method for you to like actually tenderize a monster. It'll be more streamlined. So when you go in, you'll fight the monster, but it'll be like kind of fluid in your fighting that the monster will become wounded, rather than like you intentionally jumping on the monster, clutch claw, wound the monster, come back down, clutch claw him again, wound the monster if you don't have a shaver jewel. You know, kind of like how we did in World, but it would be way more dynamic. And then with the wound, obviously, if you attack there, it's gonna just deal a little bit more damage. You know what I mean? So that's gonna coincide a lot with what we're gonna do with focus mode, which is what I'm so excited about. Because the clutch claw, bro, that was a straight L. Like, nah, don't do that no more. We don't need no more clutch claws. That's trash. Can't do it. Also, scout flies will be back, man. So I mean, if you guys enjoyed the scout flies, you know, to each his own. I actually currently hated it because, bro, skyflies made me lose myself. Like, I don't know how long. The reason why, like, the ancient forest was bad for me because I kept getting lost. But I kept getting lost because my skyflies was trash. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like a worse for worse thing kind of going on there. But you know, hey, skyflies is back. Hopefully they make them a little bit more visible, kind of cluster up a little bit more so you know exactly what you're doing. But so we do have that as well, man. So I'm super excited over that. Also, this was a big thing. If you played Wild Hearts, you'll probably be familiar with this mechanic, but you can take your camps and place them anywhere. So if you got a monster that you got us over a waterfall, you can literally place your camp there and then go after the monster. So like, I'm so excited over that. I think they took that from Wild Hearts and kind of just made that a thing. Bro, they took a lot of stuff, honestly, that's been confirmed. I feel like they took it from Wild Heart. Like, it is my thing. I low-key think that Monster Hunter Wilds was a shot to Wild Hearts low-key. If y'all haven't played that game brought some innovative things that could elevate Monster Hunter to a whole nother level. I truly felt like if they just stayed at it, they would have been a perfect rival and a contender towards Monster Hunter. I truly believe that because they really brought some things to the table. But anyway, you'll be able to place your camps anywhere, but the monsters will be able to break your camp. So similar to how it was in Dragon's Dogma, like you'll set down your camp, but then if a monster was like, I'm not really feeling that camp, I'll stop fighting you, they'll go and they'll destroy the camp. So just kind of be aware of that, man. It's kind of things that we're looking at facing, but I think it's gonna be fun. I think the clips are gonna be hilarious, man. I think it's just gonna be the best thing ever. So to see Basil Geese come and do like a B-19 on your camp, dude, I'm gonna die. It's gonna be so good. So anyway, we'll have that. Also, so like I said earlier, there won't be any like loading screens when you're interacting with the monster. But I guess apparently what they're basically saying is like when you hit the monster, it's gonna start. I'm thinking that it's gonna be very similar, like I said, to Wild Hearts, because Wild Hearts is like that too. You don't just like jump into a quest, like you go, you find the monster, and then once you find him and you hit him, and the monster like becomes like semi-aggroed and it's like, rawr, like right then and there, like a little logo or emblem starts that says, you know, begin fight. And then from there, you start fighting the monster and the timer begins. I hope that they do it that way because that way we at least have a timer. I don't think that they're going to neglect the speedrunning community because like low key, after this game gets, you know, kind of tiresome, I think that holds like a big part of the community, obviously, with me being a part of it. So I'm a little nervous about it, bro, because like I truly hope that they just add the times and make it very seamless for us to like to go in and be able to like to speed run, you know what I mean? But if not, you know what I'm saying, we can always trust in the modding community. They'll help it out, man. So But anyway, also alongside that, your sacred. Sacred is basically like your palico little bird looking thing. They said there was an auto dodge mode basically, or an autopilot mode. Rurokan was kind of nervous about it, which I agreed with him, where it was like everyone's gonna fight the monster on top of their sacred and like not get off and just auto dodge everything. It was confirmed by the representatives that it is not the case. The auto dodge or the autopilot mode was literally just so you can like set a waypoint, sharpen, get your drink, buff up or whatever on your way to the fight. But if you're in the fight, it isn't just going to automatically like babysit you through the whole thing. So that's really lit. You also will be able to confirm that you will be able to ride your sacred freely, like how you want to. It won't be where like it was in World where you have to set a waypoint and that's it. But you can't toggle between the two, which I also find to be absolutely amazing, man. So I'm truly excited over that. Also alongside that, mantles are back, and I think for Monster Hunter those are the perfect like in-betweens that kind of buff your character momentarily. I think is absolutely fire. Truly love that. Truly love how that's going to be. So they haven't revealed much, but they did say that the Ghillie Mantle was OP. They did say that. They were saying that the Ghillie Mantle, like, because in this game sneak attacks are actually kind of like inherent. So if you sneak up on a monster and you attack them without them looking or behind, it does like double damage, kind of like sleep or wake up is like automatically inherent. So I'm really excited about that. That's definitely gonna change a lot of like aspects of speedrunning as well, because like once we go in, that's gonna change how we start fights, how we begin them, what it's gonna look like. What I'm hoping, because I already feel the community gonna do it, is that we'll find a way, which I'm pretty sure most runners probably will end up finding it, a way to basically kind of one-shot the monster before we even start the fight. I hope it doesn't translate to where like you can do it for every monster that way, but that's just my thought process, because I'm already can think of how bad that can get when you're trying to actually speedrun a monster, bro. So hopefully there's no little gimmicks or glitches or whatever that we come up with. Hopefully it kind of stays somewhat balanced with that, but we'll see. So once that's done, that's there. Focus mode, they did go over that a little bit more. Obviously in focus mode you inflict wounds on monsters, but then also it gives you like what's called like a clash, like a monster clash. It's basically kind of like I want to say like an animation, if you will, where the monster comes at you like to clash with you. It's kind of what you saw at the end of the trailer, where you clash into the monster and then like you're like holding the sword in his mouth. Like each weapon has their own individual style of clash, which I'm so excited about, because I'm really interested to see what the Longsword is gonna look like. And I already know Charge Blade and Gunblade and Lance, like I feel like that's gonna be their moment to shine. So anyway, they say that that's like an actual animation thing that's gonna like proc in focus mode. So there's something to kind of keep aware of and log into the brain. I'm glad that it did kind of clarify that a little bit, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing a little bit more about what focus mode is going to be, because I have an inkling, bro, that if it's OP, TA Wiki, the speedrunning rule group ain't gonna have it. It's gonna be no focus mode, no sneak attack, no Palamutes, no sacreds, no buffs, no heals, no life. Look. Just naked. Quick sheath is all you need. Anyway, bro, I'm stupid. On to the next thing. Turf wars are gonna be huge in Monster Hunter Wilds, from what they were talking about too. Monsters are gonna be a whole lot more aware of their surroundings, and you'll be able to lead the monster like a lot better to fights, and they're gonna be more aware of like what monsters is there. So I'm so excited about that. I'm pretty sure the turf wars are gonna be wild. I hope that's like 2 or 3 different scripts for turf wars, where it's not just the same one over and over again, but it's like multiple different ones for multiple different monsters. I think that's gonna be so fire. I hope they do it. They didn't confirm that, but they did confirm that turf wars are going to be a big deal in there as well. So I'm really excited about that. Mounting the monsters will be back. We won't be riding them anymore like we did in Wilds. It's not like you can just do like what we did, where we're pressing B and the monsters swiping, hitting, or doing this ultimate attack. For this one, it's going to be back to how it was in World. You hop on the monster, stab, 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 fall to the ground, boom, it's pretty go. And from what they showed, and from what Dear Gamer said in the gameplay, It was very easy. Like he hopped off his sacred and then boom, hit the monster, immediate mount damage. So we'll see how it goes. We don't know what it's gonna look like. I'm guessing he just kind of got lucky, or maybe he just kind of built it up in a way that he didn't understand that he did it, or maybe it'll just be, you know, leveled out later. But hopefully it's not too easy, you know what I mean, where we can not just get it instantly. But anyway, so we got that. What's it called? Obviously, no wire bugs will be back in the game. We're not doing that anymore. But there will be quick escape. So like getting up, you'll be able to, what we saw in the trailer, you'll be able to call your sacred and he'll pick you up and take you out of the fight for a little bit. Also, speaking of taking out of the fight, you can actually farcast out of a fight without like a little farcast item, and you can farcast in the middle of a fight to go back to your camp, which is crazy. I'm actually think it's gonna be kind of funny to see how that happens. But in mid fight, in mid aggro, you're able to leave, and that was I think that was confirmed by the devs with Rurikon, I want to say. So that's kind of interesting. I'm kind of interested to see how that's gonna turn out, man. I can see a lot of people going in and out, running in and out, bro, in the midst of getting ready to get them cheeks clapped. But anyway, so we got that. Sandstorms obviously is going to play a big part from what they said, but we also talked about the locale. So that was really good. Oh, another thing. So they said Apex monsters are coming back, but there'll also be different forms of Apex monsters. So which brings us to our next point. The quote-unquote Thor Magala, back in Rurocon's interview, they asked, hey, yo, is Thor Magala the flagship? They didn't give a direct answer. What they said was, think of how many monsters we've shown so far, so it's like 5 or 6, and think of how big this game is supposed to be, and just expect more monsters. That's what they said, like in response to that. So you can kind of conclude, or what I see circulating around, and it's also my first thought process when they said it, I think we're getting another Fated 4. That's what I think. And they'll be Apex monsters. You know what I mean? I truly believe that. We'll see how it go, but they said the Apex monsters were coming back. So what they look like, they may not be in the same form as Rise. I don't know. But I'm guessing that monster Thor Magala is actually Apex. Is one of the Apex monsters, or one of the Fated 4, you know what I mean, that we'll get. So we'll see how it goes, because when we had Misasune, Glavenus, what was that, Gameth, and Astalos, like all 4 of them aren't like, you know, elder dragons, but they are, you know, their own like Apex predators, if you will, you know what I mean. Definitely have their own shine. So I'm hoping that these next trailers, that they reveal those. If that's the case, I'm guessing you heard it from me. I'm guessing we'll get another Fated 4. But anyway, on to the next one. A lot of people, this has caused like a lot of controversy. A lot of people was kind of nervous about wondering whether or not if the Palico was going to continuously talk. Rurikon did confirm that you will be able to toggle the voice on and off. So for those that love the old school and just want your cat meowing and not saying, yo, what up, till you through the fight, you can toggle it to where it's just meowing throughout the whole thing. And they also said, Dear Gamer kind of noted that it didn't really talk that much. You know what I mean? Like it really just only said the bare minimum, and then it went about its day. So I'm kind of interested. I kind of play with it on and off. If it gets annoying, I don't know. I have to play it to see. But if it gets annoying, I probably would go back to normal, just because I don't need no cat talking to me. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see how it go, man. Also, followers are back, bro. Followers are back. Just like they did in Rise, you'll be able to take 3 followers with you on a hunt. Rurikon did ask, will there be characters? And they said they weren't going to talk about it at this time. But I feel like it's a safe assumption that we're going to be able to play with the characters, especially since they said they were trying to focus a little bit more on the stories now. And they did the same thing kind of in Rise. I feel like Rise kind of had a bit more of a story than most Monster Hunters. So I'm kind of leaning towards, yeah, that's what it's going to be. But that's my personal opinion. But followers will be there. Apparently they're a lot smarter than what they've been. So like if the monster sleep, they're not going to attack it. They won't engage the monster unless you engage the monster. There'll be a lot more discipline in like how they're hitting and what they're buffing, from what they said. So just with the new technology they have, it's supposed to be lit. So I'm super excited over that. The barrel bomb wake up thing that we normally do, where we set down the bomb, set down another bomb, hit it. boom, and it blows up. Apparently now you'll be able to throw bombs. I think we could actually do that like in Rise, honestly. You could throw like a small barrel bomb and it'll still do the same effect. But this one is actually like a mechanic. Like, you'll be able to roll a bomb into the other bombs rather than having to actually like hit the monster in order to make it happen. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm glad that's happening. Hopefully we get Rocksteady back. You know, that wouldn't really be a thing either. So, but we'll see. Thing I'm most excited about is that Longsword gameplay. Oh my god. So thank you, dear gamer, for being a Longsword main, fellow main here. Yes, LS main. He gave us a little bit of deets. Roundhouse slash is back, overhead slash is back, the normal combos that we have for Longsword. From World, it's basically they're taking 60% of what World has and then about 40% of new like moves and content. Helm splitters will be back, and how you initiate it, not that sorry Soaring kick thing that's like weird animation where you're kind of doing a Spider-Man kick, you jump on the monster, then you jump and come back down. It's not that anymore. It's the thrust that we got from World, where you go in, stab the monster, go all the way up, come all the way down. Apparently from what Dear Gamer was saying, he alluded to that you can go straight into your combo right after that's over. So they're really they're really pressing in on the Longsword being a technical combo weapon. So I'm super excited over that. Also, Sheath stance is back. Yes. EI slash is back. Yes. Now, sadly, in my opinion, Dear Gamer did confirm that when you do an EI stance and you counter it, you do not lose a gauge. So, you know, I personally feel like that should not be a thing. I feel like Longsword, you should be penalized for not countering, just because the counter already gives you it's already a busted move, you know what I mean? So I feel like you should be definitely punished if you didn't. And I think it separate like people with skill and people who don't. Like, it really kind of deepens that skill gap. So that way when somebody's coming in and they counter, another thing I hope they shorten them frame windows for the counter. Cause like it needs to be where like if you're coming in and you're countering, I like kind of like how Elden Ring's frames were for their parry system. I would love that for Longsword. That way it's like, bro, it's hard as heck to get off counters. And if you get them off and you're doing it consecutively, like you're that good. It kind of just depicts between the two, and it requires that you practice, like really practice. And it just gives you a sense of satisfaction. You know what I mean? I feel like, yeah, that's the one that we need to be doing. But we'll see how it goes. You know, we don't know all of what it is and all of what's there for the Longsword moves, but those moves have been concerned. Roundhouse slash is concerned, Helm splitter, the regular Longsword combo, EI slash, EI stance, the double hit, boom, boom, that one's in too as well. So yeah, man, it looks like Longsword is looking pretty good. Back to where we are, back to the basics. So if you guys are gonna play, I definitely think that you should, if you're a Longsword main, just go ahead and start transitioning back into World so you can prepare for Wilds, you know what I mean? Also, so when you actually go into the quest, like I said earlier, you hit the monster, you end up defeating the monster, but once you defeat the monster, you literally just stay there. Like, you're not gonna like fly off into the distance, go back to the hub. You're literally stay in the area that you're at. And then they also said, like, when you're carving, I guess they changed the carving animation a little bit. You don't go through the monster now you go on top of it and carve it, which is kind of nuts, bro. I'm super excited over that. So, man, they doing some detailed things, bro. They doing some amazing detailed things. So lastly, the last two things is so we're also getting gathering quests are coming back, and I think this is amazing because of how Wilds is going to be. Like, the loading screen is going to be crazy, so I feel like the gathering quest should be a lot more fun than what it was, where you're halfway falling asleep through it like, dear God, help me. I think because it's so fluid and dynamic and cinematic, like, you'll go there and hopefully you can like knock out 2 or 3 quests while you're there too. I think that'll be so fun, because it'd be a lot better. Like, you feel like you're doing more than just grabbing a flower and coming back, you know what I mean? And hopefully you can pack it in that sacred a lot better, you know what I mean? And that way you can like kind of run and get it done faster, because this walking all the way down, it's just not it, bro. I'm so sick of them kind of quests. It sucks. But anyway, lastly, multi weapons can be carried, which was confirmed in the trailer, but in Ryokan's interview, they also confirmed that you can carry 2 of the same weapons. So if you want to do bow, longsword, hammer, greatsword, you can do that. which implicates so many possibilities. Like, can you imagine having like a paralysis longsword and a poison longsword, or a damaged longsword and maybe like a fire longsword for dealing with like, Elatron? Like, bro, and be able to switch mid-fly? Dude, I'm so excited on the type of speed runs we're gonna have. It's gonna be so nutty. I can't wait. I feel sorry for the speedrunning community who does the leaderboards, because bro, that organization piece is gonna take somebody with some higher brain power than me. I swear to God. Just know, I'm super excited. So anyway, those are just kind of those thought processes that we have so far. Let me give you a little bit of my thoughts, man. I think multiplayer is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I think it's going to be the best Monster Hunter multiplayer experience that we've ever experienced in all of Monster Hunter universe, in Monster Universe, like 100%. That is my full thought authority. I think multiplayer is going to be in such a good place. It's going to be so dynamic. It's going to bring so many people to the franchise. I cannot wait. The single player experience, I feel like it's gonna be on par, bro, with the multiplayer. Same way, same thought process, because I feel like the story's gonna be good. Hopefully the story is good. Hopefully. I hope we get way attached to these characters, bro. I'm looking to get attached to these blacksmiths, you know what I mean? Men of culture. And the handler too. She can get it too. Stupid. But also, man, yeah. So I'm really excited about that. I think single player is gonna be lit. We also got the followers for the single player, so that's just gonna make it even more dynamic, bro. The world is gonna be so much to explore, so many open like spaces to kind of go through. I hope there's so many secret areas. I'm over the moon, bro. I can't wait. But getting to the most important piece for me, at least, speedrunning. I'm nervous, dude. I'm nervous about speedrunning. And you guys tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I think they really cater to the multiplayer experience. I really do. I don't know how much they cater to speedrunning. I don't feel like they completely did away with it. But I definitely think it's probably gonna take some ingenuity for us to actually like speedrun this like we've traditionally done. It's gonna take some ingenuity. You know what I mean? So here's some of my concerns. So number one, I'm concerned about like how the quest, not having like the quests board for fights. But if it's anything like Wild Hearts, if you guys ever speed run, or if you look at my channel, I've actually done some Wild Hearts speed runs. I think it will be similar to that. If it's similar to that, I feel like it'll be amazing. I just hope that the wake ups and the sneak attacks and everything else don't overpower everything, where we're just like basically ending hunts before they even start, which I know people are gonna try to do, and probably be successful, at least on some monsters for sure. But that way at least it can stay competitive. So I'm kind of a little nervous about that, but at the same time, I think I'm trusting in Capcom. If they'll do it right and they'll do it correct, and it'll be really good. With these also multiple weapons, I'm super excited over the styles of speedruns that we can have. It's gonna be so good. But also, I'm a little nervous because now we can do bow range and range and bow and melee. You know what I mean? So like it's gonna be kind of a mixture of like what those times are gonna look like. So you can't like categorize just by mains. You know what I mean? So we'll just have to see, dude. We'll have to see how it kind of goes, what they do, how they set these things up, man. I know the leaderboards are gonna have a field day. I know TA Wiki, we thought it was a nightmare for Rise, but dude, TA Wiki now it's just gonna be, I don't think we won't be able to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. But we'll see, man. Hopefully we'll get there. I'm hoping we get Dallin Redur and Jim Moran back, though. Like if we were able to do that on this gen, I'm gonna lose it. I'm holding out hope that they do. There's already a snake in the emblem, and we already see the sand boats. So I mean, why not? Why not put them in there? You know what I mean? So we already see the bites for Leviathan. So I'm 100% sure. What's it called? Legaia Chris is gonna be there. I 100% believe it. I believe it without a doubt. But anyway, man, these are just my thoughts on it. This is my thoughts for the speed runs, bro. You guys down in the comment section below, let me know what you think. What's your thought process? I'm super excited about this. I'm super excited about the direction that Monster is going. I trust completely in Capcom. Capcom don't let us down, bro. I'm like, the hype is so real. It's so real, man. So, but anyway, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one. As always, stay zen.